Kami, I've thoroughly enjoyed our conversation over on the podcast. So anybody who hasn't been there yet, do join us on the AART Podcast and you'll hear the full unedited version of our conversation. But as always, there's other things that I could talk about, Kami, because you've had a very, very interesting life. I'm wondering now, you have just got married. So
Hmm.
congratulations.
Thank you.
This is your second marriage, and it came
Mhm.
upon you as a surprise from what you said.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, I was a single mom for over 20 years. The kids were 4 and 5. I was almost 30, I think, when I got divorced from their dad and raised them myself on art. And so you can imagine it was with, no other means of support. So it was very, very challenging, but we did it. And so yeah, I didn't plan on getting married again. I just thought, well, we'll see. But my daughter, Paige, jokes that yes, my mom was busy never leaving the studio,
Ah,
and he showed up. So a few 4.5 years ago, my high school that I went to way back when gave me an honorary doctorate's degree, a Distinguished Alumni Award, and they did a newspaper article on my achievements and this award that I was getting. Um, and so Pete, that's his name, my husband's name, he had moved to Stillwater and didn't know anybody and opened the newspaper and said, huh, I could use some art. So he made an appointment, and so did about 12 other people that week. And I had 2 hour increments for each appointment. They could, come to the studio, buy
right.
art. And so he did, bought a couple paintings, and we visited. And I think, it was kind of, people were still kind of masks. It was the end of COVID, but people were getting a little like, do you
Right.
wear a mask? It was that
Yeah.
kind of, so it was that time. And I remember him driving up. So my studio is up on this barn, and it's on the second level. So we're up high and you can look down. And my driveway is lined with these beautiful 150-year-old Norway spruce pines that just have these
Oh, right.
beautiful, oh, it's so pretty. It's just like they just have these beautiful arms with these beautiful, boughs
Hmm.
that hang. And he drove in slowly and got out of the truck and looked up at the trees. And I noticed that because so many people miss that. And I just remember noticing that going, that's nice. He didn't come in fast, and he looked around. So yeah, so he bought couple paintings, and then a month later, um, messaged again and said, my son's Alex is coming from Paris. He's a architectural designer. He'd like to come up, and he asked me for coffee, and we began having coffee. And now we got married. Getting that.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite the journey, and of course he's now become a lifelong collector, I'm sure, of your
Yeah,
art.
he's
Yeah.
got some paintings.
So that keeps you busy because you're working full time in the studio,
Hmm.
and obviously getting married again is all consuming. But I'm wondering what you do. Apart from your walking, you mentioned on the podcast how much you love walking.
Hmm.
What time do you have for anything else? And if so, what is your go-to, your moment of being on your own and or for fun?
I, yeah, I mean, walking is fun.
Yeah.
Painting is both. It can be social for me, but it's mostly not. When you love what you do so much, and I interact with students, which feels
Mhm.
social to me, then I can do that. And then I am not one that likes to go shopping or have lunch or anything like that. It's not for me. I like cross country skiing in the winter. I love taking baths every single night, and I do Pilates 3 times a week with a private instructor, and I've done that since 2014. So
Yes.
I do work out, and I started lifting heavy weights to build
Yeah.
my muscle or build my bone density.
Yeah.
I'm listening to all of them. It was my goal when I turned 50, and then I turned 50, and then I didn't do it, and then I turned 51, and I didn't do it. And this year I went, okay, I have to start doing this. And I'm very proud of myself because I really dread it, and I'm always proud that I did it.
So you're enjoying it then, the weightlifting?
I I am.
Hmm.
I really think I thought it was awful, and I kind of still do. I have someone that I work with that makes me do it, or I would never
Hmm.
do that to myself.
Self-inflicted
Do
torture.
do you do it?
I do.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
I feel pretty proud of myself and pretty like I can do anything now. Like I
yeah.
feel it's changing my state of mind.
But it does highlight once you do it how important weightlifting is. How
Yes.
lifting any weight and continuously lifting weights, and how much better we feel when, and how
Oh,
stronger we feel. It's more than the physical strength. It's kind of a whole body experience, but also psychologically, you think, I'm so much stronger. I can lift stuff that I didn't before, right?
I would always have my son lift anything, and
Uh,
now I say I can do it.
I can do
I
it,
can do
right?
it. Like I can do that. I did that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I really, you're right. My mind, it's just amazing actually. I find it kind of life-changing.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Well, and Pilates was for me too. So I'm with you
Yeah.
on the
So you do
Pilates.
Pilates too?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I love Pilates. And I have
Absolutely.
a lady that studied under Joseph Pilates' system in New
Oh,
York, and she's like she's hardcore.
the
It's
best of the best. Yeah.
yeah, it was really good.
And we talked about your writing, Cami, on the podcast. And now you're a published author.
Yeah.
But how much time do you have for reading? And if you do, what do you read?
Yeah, we talked a little bit on the podcast about the fact that I'm dyslexic and I've managed pretty well,
Mhm.
but definitely reading is not fun for me. And that is a thing that is really embarrassing. And I'm finally speaking about that because reading is such a cool thing to do. And so many people love to read, but there's a lot of people that it's really hard. So, what I do now is I'm so grateful for audiobooks.
Mhm.
And I listen to books when I walk, I listen to podcasts. My brain loves the conversation and the information and the stimulation, but the way that my eyes connect with my brain, it's challenging and frustrating to read, but I read 10 pages a day
Well, good
as
for
an
you.
exercise, and I
That's
don't like it.
more torture. But when I asked that, I knew that you also read audiobooks, obviously because of your dyslexia. So I should have phrased that differently.
Oh,
That
yeah,
when you
okay.
actually
Okay. Yeah.
read or you listen to, in terms of the audiobooks, because I know you also listen to podcasts.
Yeah. Mhm.
So what type of books would you listen to then?
Oh,
What's your
okay,
go-to?
so my favorite book still is Where the Crawdad Sings.
Ah,
I love that book. I love that story so much. But what else? I recently, even though I know it's been out for a while, I listened to Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. I like her.
oh
And it
yes.
just honestly listening to her, even though this is I can't believe I'm saying this out loud for other people to hear. I feel like I'm saying it. Maybe that's why people like her so much. I
Is
feel like that her creative process is her way of thinking about things is like so validating to me.
Have you listened to her new book, All the Way to the River?
No, but I'm going to.
It's on
I'm
your list.
it's definitely on my list. And what was the other one that I was just finishing? And this is one thing that I do is I forget titles. It's just the way I
Yeah.
am. Oh, I'm just finishing up Bridge of Sighs.
Okay.
Um, I'm going to finish it. It's long.
Are you disciplined like that when you start to listen
Hmm.
to a book that you'll see it through?
Hmm.
Oh, good for you. Yeah.
Yeah, some of it sometimes it's hard, but
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Because it's a discipline for you then, isn't it, really, with your
A lot of
dyslexia?
things are because one of the things about being an artist and or succeeding and succeeding, what is that, right? I mean, I think it's to me, I think it's being able to do this thing and make a living, and this is what I do for a living. And it's what I do with my life. But I think succeeding in this in any art is so you have to be self-disciplined. And so often people say, what are you inspired to paint? Rarely am I inspired to paint. Painting inspires me. So I've learned to show up and to treat it like a job, and to get to the easel. And like I have this commission I'm working on behind me.
Mm-hmm.
And at the beginning of a commission, you know, I'm I'm doing this thing. I've got a big canvas and now I just tell myself, I talk to myself, start. I just
Yeah.
start because it's like all the noise in your head of all the things you could do. And yeah, so it's not about a feeling. The feelings come, but it's about a practice, I think. And then
So
that's how I,
procrastination is part of the preparation.
yeah. I don't allow myself to procrastinate long, though, I'll tell you.
Oh,
But
good
I
for you.
want to. It's
Yeah.
it's my nature. My
Yeah.
nature is to love to do everything to putts. Like I love putzing. I'm never bored. I've never been bored in my life. I love doing anything.
You mentioned on the podcast about your grandparents and cooking everything, growing everything, raising everything, and being totally self-sufficient. So I'm wondering what that taught you about cooking and if it's something that you enjoy doing.
I love to make soup.
Ah,
I love to make soup. I love to be creative. And I always have a pot of soup either in the fridge from the day before or on the pot. I
uh-huh.
have one on the kettle, in the kettle right now. Um, so in fact, I had my girlfriend over the other night and she said, "Will you teach me how to make your butternut squash soup?" I'm like, "Yes," because there's no recipe. It's the layering, right?
Yes.
So I love it. And Pete says to people, that's his big joke when he meets people. He's like, "Yeah, she's really nice and she's really pretty and all the things, but it was really her soup that got me." Which I'm like,
Exactly. You're
"Great."
famous for your
I
soup.
love
So
I
if
love being loved for my soup. That's my favorite thing.
yeah, because they're wholesome, that you're not going to
Yeah.
buy anything when you can make it yourself.
No, that's the
Soups
same.
are very satisfying. They are
Hmm.
very satisfying. So if I come and visit them, we could go for a walk and I could get a bowl of soup afterwards.
Oh, you sure could. I would love to have you here. We have a room for you in this
Oh,
farmhouse, and oh, it'd be
and
so
that
fun.
studio. How many square feet is your studio, Kami?
It is 30 by 30, so it's 900 square feet.
Okay.
It's probably, but it's got a huge ceiling, which makes it look, a lot bigger. And it's got this old floor in here, which is pretty cool.
Oh,
And
that's very cool. Yeah.
yeah,
So no spilling paint in there.
oh, it's fine. It wipes right up.
Yeah. So are you mainly oils then, or do you do acrylic as
I'm
well?
oils.
Just
I'm oils.
entirely
Yeah.
oils. Okay.
Yeah. I just think life is short. And, there's like this big, I don't know if it's a movement, but a trend right now, I'd say on, Instagram and stuff that people are doing gouache and, oh, you should try gouache.
Oh
There
yeah.
is so much to try in life and I love so many things. I used to, do watercolors and I was published and everything in my early 20s. And I can do it all. I mean, you can, but there's only so much time. And so I do what I love to do. Um, and maybe, I'm never going to get there. So I'm going to keep trying.
What's on your bucket list?
Well, I had some big ones. A big one was this year, a 20-year goal and dream of mine. I call them dreams and goals because of that, but was taking my own group to Italy. And so I've taught through in Italy through different organizations in the past, and then I would show up and they would, get the people. But I wanted to do it my way for painters and I rented a whole trattoria in Rigello and I hosted and taught my first solo workshop without an organization in the hills of Tuscany just a few weeks ago. Well, October,
Right.
early October. Yep. So that was a huge one. I would like to go to the Galapagos Islands.
Mm-hmm.
I love animals. And, as far as I really want to meet my grandchildren who haven't been conceived yet. Like, I think of
No
things like that.
pressure. No
No,
pressure. No.
just fine, guys. Everybody's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine that you're not dating one
Right.
of you. No, like my things aren't, I just love my life. I mean, I'm so grateful. I don't have any, I'm sure I'll do more. We travel a lot, and Pete and I are great travelers together, and we both traveled a lot before we met one another, and we've done a lot since we've met each other. And so that was one of the things that we kind of are goers. So I'm not really sure. I would like to get in my art. My focus right now is shifting into now that I have these master e-courses out, and I've got my book out and different videos and stuff to not teach quite as much and to do larger conceptual paintings for museums. So if that's a bucket list, that, I mean, pretty much I think about the people I love and time with them, and I think about the paintings that I haven't done yet and where I want them to be.
Hmm. I'm
Hmm.
wondering, given the journey you've had and your family experiences, and then your parents divorcing when you were younger,
Hmm.
what they would say about you now.
Yeah, my dad doesn't pass it out to, well, my friend told me at my show that I had a month ago that I never cease to amaze him, which I've never heard anything like that from him. So I think he's quietly proud. Um, I think it boggles a lot of their minds. They don't understand how it works because they have jobs and they don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
But now they see, she bought her own farm and she raised the kids and, so
Yeah,
something must be working, but they
yeah,
don't quite get it. But I think they're proud of me. My mom says she's proud of me. My grandmas were really proud of me that they were ones that were just, they like knew it,
yeah,
both of them.
yeah,
My grandmas were important.
yeah,
So my daughter and I are very close, and she works for me now. So
yeah.
she works with me, not for me, I should say. So she's does like the marketing, if you call it that, social media stuff, and she's creating these e-courses. That's her baby. So it's my teaching and stuff, but she's been working so hard on that, and it's been really cool. She's just on fire about it. So yeah, she's very proud. She's very excited, and I feel the same about her. She's amazing. So
So you're really in a really good place then, right now, both
yeah,
personally and professionally. Life is good.
and I know it.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of things, my mom and dad didn't just get divorced. My mom, had some drinking issues, and it was pretty hard. And she doesn't drink now, which is wonderful. But there's some pretty hard stuff, and a rough start, and then a rough few decades. So I will say that I definitely know that it's good, and I know what is good, and if it is a mundane day, that is beautiful. If it's making the days that I look forward to are making soup and maybe spending it with someone I care about and painting.
Perfect. You've got a complete all-round life there. It's working in all directions by the sounds of things. I'm curious what type of soup's on the stove right now. What have you made for today?
Yeah, so this is a roasted butternut squash.
Nice.
So right now I'm just making the broth, and I roasted
Okay.
the squash so it's cooling.
Yep.
And so I'll put that in after we
Is,
talk, and I'll
is
blend it up.
there a recipe then that you can
Do you want me to
share?
tell you? Do you want me to share it with you?
Sure, absolutely.
Because I
If
don't,
people are paying attention, you have it in your head. Of
it's
course you do.
because I don't eat dairy. I have an issue with dairy. I do eat butter, but not milk or anything. So I
Okay.
roast the butternut squash, which I get at my dad's farm. Just roast it, and then I don't cut it up or anything. I just put salt and pepper and olive oil, and then in the Dutch oven on top, which I never leaves the top of my stove, 2 onions, olive oil, really good garlic, like 4 cloves. Saute that till it's really caramely, and then sage, a bunch of fresh sage, thyme, and rosemary,
Hmm.
and then 2 jugs of organic chicken stock, and I simmer that with a bay leaf, salt and pepper.
Right.
And then I'm simmering that this whole time because that'll just make it really, really good. And then
Yeah.
I'll scrape out the squash and put it in. And I use one of those immersion blenders.
Okay.
It's amazing. And then I put like pepitas on top, the little, pumpkin inners,
Do you
pumpkin
fish out
seeds.
the bay leaves before you blend it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank
Okay.
you. Because if someone, you're right. I would assume that people would do that, but you're right. I'm not a cooking show person, but boy, do I love to share my soup.
I
It's
think
so good.
this should be part of a blog, or do you include it on your Instagram or
I
blogging
keep
or
saying that to my daughter that I should
yeah.
share my soups, and she said, "You just stick to the art." I'm like, I know, but
Oh
I
no.
love the soup.
Yeah.
I like love the soups. I made the best
It's
hamburger, celery, onion, and green peas last week. So good.
you see, this is
Like so
important.
good.
Please tell Paige from me, this is an important part of who you are, is your
It
soup,
is.
right?
It every day.
Please tell her that. Please tell her to include
Sometimes
it
I
in
have
her
soup for
social media
breakfast.
strategy for you.
I
And
will.
hopefully maybe on Substack or on your website you could start adding your recipes too.
I
Yeah?
should do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I had so much fun teaching Dana the other day. The things that I just thought she would automatically know. She's like, wait, what did you just do? I'm like, well,
Yeah.
so it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
thank you for
that's a good
sharing
idea.
that with
You're
us,
welcome.
Kami. Appreciate
My
that.
pleasure.
And thank you for spending time with us both on the podcast and here on YouTube. It's been a pleasure getting to know you and wish you all the best for your new year and your new life with your new husband.
Thank you very much. It's been great to visit you. Doesn't it go by so fast?
Yes.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
goes by so fast. I
it
loved it.
does.
Well,
Yeah.
if you come here ever, you have a place to stay.
Thank you, Kami. I appreciate that. I will definitely keep it in mind. You've whet my appetite now for your soups for sure.
Good. All right. Thanks,
Enjoy
Chris.
the
And
rest of
hey,
your day.
and
Happy
great work what
holidays.
you're doing. Great work what you're doing too. I just wanted to say that.
Oh, thank you.
Having a
Thank you.
voice for women and yeah, wonderful.
Well, as you know, the podcast now we've had a lot of really very talented women, including yourself, and wonderful stories. Wonderful stories. So
Good.
I'm privileged to be able to share them. I just turn on the microphone.
Well, you're good at it. Easy to talk to.
Well, thank you, Cami.
Thank you.
Lovely to meet you and a happy holiday.
Yep, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.